Hello everybody, it's LE Diecast, and you'll notice our usual area we shoot in is empty. That is because we're moving over here to the what used to be a green screen. Now it's going to be a red screen for a few weeks. And there's a reason for that. We'll explain that later. But we're going to be taking a look at this diorama, and we're going to be putting some cars in the diorama. Most of these have rubber tires, and this is kind of a themed shoot. I'm going to zoom in here. You'll remember this one. This one won the Public's Choice or Viewer's Choice Award at last year's Hot Wheels convention in Los Angeles. And that is because I'm using this one, I should say, because sadly I will not be competing at the LA convention, at least as far as I know right now, because I did not get my tickets. It's sold out, and by the time I got my work schedule all nailed down, I travel a lot, and so I had to move all my travel around to accommodate the convention. And by the time I was sure I could actually even go to the convention, the tickets were sold out. So I will not be defending my, I don't remember what this one was called, the Viewer's Choice Award or whatever this one was. And, oh well. Oh well, it gives me another year, I guess. So I will not be participating. I will see many of you there, but I will not be participating. So I thought I would show this diorama. If you're interested in how I make these dioramas, you can take a look at many of the videos we've already got posted on the channel. But what we're going to do is I'm going to switch that red out in the back right now with a new image. And through the magic of Hollywood, it may be showing. I would not be surprised if it does not work perfect, because we're using a stand-in color there. By the way, did you know that the green screen material that I usually use, it's a matte material, and that's why it works. If you use poster board or a different fabric, like this red material right back there, there's a sheen to it, and the software doesn't read it as well. So would not be surprised if it's not working perfect. But because we have so many green trees and a green background, it doesn't work very well to use green. So I have a purple color ordered that will be here soon. So let's take a look at these. Most of these I have already figured out where they came from. Also, to appeal to our LA convention Hot Wheels show, all of these cars I got last year at the LA Hot Wheels convention. They were in one large lot, paid for them all at once. That one you just saw was a Jiffy Lube exclusive from 1999. That was, well, I already put it aside. What was that? That was a GTO, I think it was. I already put it aside here. Opening up the next one. Next is this Editor's Choice Series 56 Chevy, I believe, 56 Chevy truck. Pretty nifty looking. That one actually looks like it would probably fit in that scene. And if you're wondering, all of these cars, there was about 300 in total, were bought as one lot. I just offered them a flat price for the whole thing. This one, I do not know what this one is from. That is an El Camino, and it's got an opening hood. Pretty nice little car. Here's the bottom of it. That is not a Hot Wheels. Is that a, what is that? Oh, I take that back. This may be a Hot Wheels. I also don't have my glasses on, which is not helping me identify these. But you can leave notes down below to help me out, as you always do. Here is a treasure hunt from 2010, back when they made treasure hunts that people actually sought out. The 2010 treasure hunts don't go for very much. You can get them for about $1 at most shows these days. Here is an Easter car from Walmart. That one is pretty sweet. That one is from 2011. You can see that cool Easter bunny on it back when they did Easter bunnies. This one also with a, well, it does have an opening trunk, except that, there you go. It does have an opening trunk on it. Well, you'll have to believe me. But there is that one. That is the 68 Nova. Easter Walmart exclusive. Should say Eggclusive. Another GTO. This one from the Cop Rods series. We've seen a lot of those. These tend to show up quite a bit in these big open lots when I get them, or at least they were showing up quite a bit. Cop Rods had rubber tires for, I want to say, the first series or two, and then they changed to plastic tires after that. Here's a fun one. This one is a G Wagon. That one is a RealToy. And I don't know where that came from. I'm going to guess that might be from Rainforest Cafe. No, you know what? They would have put Rainforest Cafe on it. But RealToy, we don't see a lot of RealToys here in America. They tend to show up in these kind of large random lots every once in a while. Here is one that many a collector would be excited about if they saw it. This one from 1983, Baja Breaker, with those great big black walls on it. This one does have an opening front. If you're familiar with these, that's a plastic hood, and the hinges on it often would break. So you would see these a lot without their hood in well played with condition. And short of brand new, that one is about the best one that I have. Here is an unidentified, what we got? I was going to say Hot Wheels. It's not a Hot Wheels. This one from Playing Mantis. This is actually Johnny Lightning. That one, a very cool looking car. How many do we have here? We'll do 20 of these. Whoa, almost flipped it. If you noticed when I showed you this earlier, I've got this up on the higher stand. This particular diorama is one of the bigger ones, and it's really awkward getting them off without breaking something. I didn't show you the space that I'm in here, but it's pretty tight. This one is, I believe, a Purple Passion, and this one also from Cop Rods. The Cop Rods series really had some cool stuff. I think they fell off after a while. I wonder, there was quite a few series of them. I want to say there was 3 or 4. They tend to show up quite a bit. I don't think they sold particularly well. Here is a Homer. I think everybody has their Homer by now. I don't think that one actually fits in that scene whatsoever. The Homer, one of the more popular pop culture type cars we've seen. Something that I'm sure all the collectors know about. Here's a 70 Challenger. Don't know what series that guy is from. Is a lot of the cars that get bought up by scalpers. So anything from Homers to Jetson mobiles to Batmobiles to whatever. They tend to show up a whole lot at shows where people are dumping them. The collectors basically buy them up, hoping they'll be worth something, but if the market gets flooded or they get too slow of a jump on it, they can't really sell them because everybody will have as many as they need. Here's a 65 GTO. That one actually goes really well there in the scene. That's first edition from 2004. Is that from Hot Wheels Affinity? I think so. I think that's what that's from. There was a blue one of these too. There was a blue Chase. This one is not the Chase piece, by the way. I believe that was the series I'm thinking about. The collectors will buy those up in bulk, and then they'll dump them at the show again for $1, where they're just trying to get their money back from them. So if you do happen to go to any of the shows, you'll usually find those. Pretty easy to find. Here is a Jada. That's a 51 Mercury. Jada makes some pretty nice cars, and there was a run of Jadas, and I want to say it was right around this era when this came out. Is this Dub? Yeah, this is the Dub City series, where they were really making some nice cars. I've used the rims on the Jadas quite often in my customs, but you have to make a little suspension for them if you're going to do that. They're a thicker axle, much thicker than the regular Hot Wheels. Here is a Playing Mantis. This is another Johnny Lightning. Playing Mantis is the company that owned Johnny Lightning for a while. That one is Plymouth Superbird. One of my favorite cars. I buy these every single time I see them, the Chargers and the Superbirds. I just really like the way that car looks. That one actually fits really well in there. The name of that building there to the right that you see was Teddy's Talladegas. Still got the sign on the front. If you're wondering what the story was of this, it was a Hot Wheels show at like a car dealership way out in the swamp. And I had some figures to help tell the story. I've since taken the figures out. Here is Cop Rods, that one from 2000. You know, I could tell you, these were pretty nice. Rubber tires on that one also. This one is the Taildragger. I've got most of these Cop Rods in the series now, but don't have them all in one spot. Here's a fun one. This one is DC Comics from 2011. We'll park him going the other way this time. 56 Nomad. By the way, this one is a little different than the regular Nomad. The regular Nomad usually has open windows. I think I've got one here I'll show you next. Yeah, I'll show you another Nomad next. In fact, I'll just leave that Joker car there. Hot Wheels does that sometimes. They'll change the casting a little bit from time to time. Here is the Hot Wheels Preferred Nomad from that one from 2003. And see, this one has the open window in the top. This one does not. And it's got the filled in windows in the back where that one does not. When I make these dioramas, I got a question. I don't remember who asked it. It was a while back. But when I make these dioramas, I make them specifically for a few shots. So they'll have little different landing areas, like this area right in front of the building. Or there's an area off to the left here with a road. Or there's some areas with some off-road type things. That's so I can get the most usage out of them. Here's a Carvel ice. Is this the bread box? I was going to say ice cream truck, but that is the bread box. I don't know if that one actually fits in the diorama very well now that we see it. And I think we've got one more here that we're going to do. Put that little Carvel truck back in there. And this one, I think it wasn't planned this way. Here is Boss Hogg's Cadillac. That is an Erdl. And let's get that back wheel in better shape. That one is probably pretty fitting. It does have the cow horns in the front. You'll notice the cow horns have like little dots on them, so nobody actually injures themselves with the cow horns. The white's not probably going to show up very well there. When it's all white, my light sensor kind of goes a little nuts. So that's going to do it for this video. There you go, something to look at. That's going to do it for this video. We'll see how these turn out. I like this format a little bit better. I've been able to get out in front of identifying some of these cars, so we can do it this way instead of just having the text playing and the music. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye. Bye.